Jakobi Meyers on the team now. I know you guys only just met, but in terms of what you've seen from him so far, what is he like?
He's been great so far. I mean, like you said, just met him. So obviously I don't know him super well, but, Mac Jones actually texted me when we got him. I guess it was yesterday. He texted me and said, you're going to love him. One of the favorite guys I played with. So he said great things about him. And I talked to Jakobi about that today. They played together, I think, for 3 years in New England. So just hearing, Mac say that, and I've heard a lot of really positive things about him as a person. And then I've watched him play a good bit, and I've always really liked his game and the way he plays. And he's a great player. So obviously I'm excited to add him and get him involved and just get him up to speed as soon as possible. And, he seems really smart. It's like he's picking it up pretty quick already. Obviously going to help him as much as I can and get him going. But, yeah, glad we have him.
I was going to ask, did you work with him after practice just to try to get him even more up to speed or try to get extra work in?
Yeah, we'll spend some time. We just spent a little time today after practice. It's a balance because you don't want to – he's been playing in Vegas all year too, so it's not like he's been chilling. He's been playing, and so he's got some miles on him from the season, so you don't want to overload a guy too much. You want to feel fresh going into Sunday. But as far as talking through stuff, the conversation's been pretty consistent throughout the day, and then today we're going to spend some time together too, going through some things and just getting on the same page. So that's important, and then getting as many extra reps as possible, but you also want to keep guys fresh for game day. And you could run it a million times during the week, but you want him to feel good on Sunday, go out there and fly around, and which I don't think he'll have any problem with. He looked great today, and practices hard, and it was good to see.
The last time you guys played, you talked about not really winning those type of games. I think they took exception to that. So kind of going into this game, how do you keep the emotions in check and not letting anything outside of what's on the field happen?
Yeah, it's important in every game, especially in a division game, where there's going to be that edge. It's going to be physical, competitive game. I mean, every week is, but especially in your division. So we kind of know that that's what it's going to be like, and we got to keep our composure, stay focused, stay locked in on the details. That's what matters. Execution, I think that's a big thing for us, is just staying on track. And obviously, it's going to be a physical, competitive game, and that's going to matter, and it always will. But we got to keep our composure, and I have confidence that we'll do that. But that's important for sure.
Houston's defense obviously top ranked. Do they run a lot of stuff that they do very well, or is it a narrow scheme that they just do exceptional?
Yeah, it's more the latter. I mean, just they do what they do, and they do it well. Obviously, they have wrinkles. They have game plan things that they throw in every week that might be a little bit different. But I'd say overall their scheme has been pretty consistent throughout the years and throughout this coaching tree. So they just do it well, and they have good players. I mean, they play hard. They're physical. They have a really good group up front. They can cover in the back end. Their linebackers fly around. I mean, you add all that together, it makes a pretty good defense. So, I mean, they just play hard, well coached, physical. Like I said, they get their hands on the ball. They get a lot of turnovers. They do all those things. They do all the things that make good defenses good. They do them well. So, they're a good unit.
How has Parker Washington grown as a guy that you can count on 8 catches against the Raiders on 9 targets? But how has he developed that chemistry with you in games?
Yeah, I think throughout the years he's had to step up a lot of different times, and it hasn't been quite as, I guess, consistent until this year. Not from him, but just the amount he's been asked to step up and kind of fill that role. In the past, it's been kind of here and there with injuries, and he's always done a great job. And I've always liked how he played, and I feel like we had a pretty good chemistry. That's definitely grown, especially this year. And just seeing him, make play after play, and the way he practices, I think that's the biggest thing, is he practices so hard, and you get to see every look full speed, and the way he comes off the ball. I mean, he really works his tail off, and I think as a quarterback that gives you a lot of confidence because you've seen all these different routes full speed, and you know exactly how he's going to run it. He's really good at communicating, always comes and talks to me after different reps, and I think all those over the years kind of banked reps have stacked up to where now our connection is getting stronger and stronger, and you see it showing on Sundays, and he's making a lot of plays for us.
Kind of building off of that, give us your perspective on Sunday and maybe you don't even realize it, when you're down to just Johnny as the tight end, and so you got Johnny as the one tight end. Obviously the plan was for Cole to be in that jumbo package, but then in the fourth quarter, when it's Tim, Austin, Parker as your wide receivers and 11 personnel, like, do you realize as the quarterback, like, oh, okay, like, it's shifting who I actually have at my disposal to be throwing the ball to and who's in front of me?
Yeah, I mean, you realize that. I think it's important to know to know who you're throwing to. I mean, there is an aspect of that, but also you have the same job to do. And I trust these guys that are coming in. And the biggest thing is guys know what to do, play hard. You know, when they're open, they're going to get the ball. And I have a lot of confidence in our guys to know what to do and to play hard. So at that point, the hay's in the barn. You got to go out there and let it rip and see who's open and give them a shot. And those guys did a great job of, maximizing their opportunities. And at the end, I'm echoing the personnel, but I don't even know who's coming in the game anymore at the end because everyone's switching around. I'm having to, talk to certain guys because you have your game plan and you plan on having a certain guy in a certain position. And then when people get hurt, now you're telling people, all right, you go here because the personnel doesn't talk to you anymore because you weren't in the plan. And now, so there was a lot of that changing around. I thought the guys did a good job of keeping our composure and really having to swap a lot of things around and still execute the calls. And, hats off to the group for doing it. And Cole was our extra tight end, our jumbo tight end. And then Ezra goes down before overtime. So Cole's in at guard, and now Chuma's the new jumbo guy. So there was a lot of moving parts, and guys, it just were prepared. I mean, it shows that everyone was ready to play. It's important.
It really felt like, and I know in the overtime it was 8 rushing plays, 1 passing play, but it felt like in that fourth quarter in the overtime that the passing game was moving. Not that it wasn't throughout the course of the game, but really moving at that portion of the game. And so Liam said he felt like the offense was simplified. A couple of guys in the locker room said as much too, maybe less motion. Did you feel that simplification was leading to success as well?
Yeah, I think it helped. That's a good point. I don't know if that's the only thing because we did have a few moving parts in the plan, but definitely there were some more simple calls, I guess, throughout the plan scattered in, and I think that might have helped us just get going and keep us on track. And I also think the things in the second half that hurt us in the first half, the penalties and some of the motion things, we just sharpened up all those and kind of obviously were sloppy in the first half. So we were sharper and didn't hurt ourselves. So we were able to stay on schedule. But it's a cool feeling when you can run the ball that many times. And obviously you are expecting to throw it eventually as a quarterback, and then you just keep running it and keep getting positive yards. So I don't care. I mean, keep running it if they can't stop it. So it was pretty cool.
A couple more guys.
How comforting is it to turn around? You've got Travis back there, and how much he's produced for you guys this year?
I mean, just the confidence in him making plays, whether it's in the passing game, taking a check down and turning it into something. You saw what he did at the end of the game last week. I mean, that was a huge play for us. Obviously in the running game too. I mean, he's played really well. Our group has done an awesome job up front, clearing lanes and moving people for him. But he's also made a lot of plays where he's made something out of maybe not a great gain, and he's made 5, 6, 7 yards of it a lot of times too. So I think those two things playing together, the group up front playing great and him breaking tackles, making plays, is why our rush game has been pretty good this year. So got to continue to build off that. He's had a great year, and like you said, I mean, to have him back there as a compliment is huge.
William said Travis's physicality was really stood out to him. All your years playing with him, is that kind of something without him people kind of underrated throughout the years?
I think so. He's always been a really fast guy that you see him just accelerate past people, especially in the open field. You see him get on the sideline and people seem to take the wrong angle. I think he's deceptively fast, but also when people hit him, they just fall off him. His lower body's really strong, low center of gravity. I mean, he really kind of bends and absorbs hits in a unique way. I don't know how to describe it. It's funny just watching people fall off him. He's not the biggest guy necessarily, but I've always known that because I played with him for a long time. But yeah, it's probably something that not everyone thinks about.
Trevor, the trick play, how excited do you get to run that?
Someone had to ask
and then how disappointing is it when it doesn't work?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't work, obviously. We're pretty excited about it. I think Travis was probably pretty excited about it too. So, I mean, it wasn't as open as we had planned, obviously. So they covered it good. Got to give, tip your hat to them. But obviously didn't expect it, the one hopper to. It wasn't in the plan, but wasn't one that worked. Obviously, it didn't hurt us too bad, so it ended up being fine. But yeah, it didn't go exactly as planned.
Play shortstop ever?
I played some baseball. I probably played shortstop at some point, but yeah, that's what it felt like. Get it off the one hop, and turn and make a throw.
This is the first time we've talked to you since the other Travis Hunter went on. What was your reaction to it?
Yeah.
How big of a blow is that?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, just obviously the energy and juice he brings to the team, both sides of the ball, and the type of guy he is. He loves football, and I guess just seeing him not be out there is the worst part for him. I know he wants to be out there with us, and then the spark he is for our team. It's obviously huge. I mean, he's a big spark for us. Has made some huge plays, and he was continuing to get better and better. I think that's what, I hate the most is like the development and just seeing him get better and better and our chemistry growing. Obviously, after that LA game, he kind of came along and made some huge plays, and so that's a bummer. But as far as guys stepping up, it was kind of the theme of the week after that, and then obviously how the game went, guys getting kind of dinged up and other guys having to step up. It was a big opportunity for our team, and guys answered the call. So got to continue to do it, but obviously bummed that Travis isn't going to be with us for a while.